Jim Warren is a strength and conditioning and speed trainer for professional athletes and world-class athletes. He got on Max GXL, his life was changed, now he's getting his clients on it. You saw Chad Brown, Chad was one of his clients. And so let's listen to what he has to say now that he's not only a sports trainer, he's a Max associate. Now, you train players in what leagues?
I've been fortunate to train them all. I've had NBA guys and some Major League Baseball guys. The majority of my athletes have been in the NFL, probably about 150 guys in the NFL.
Really?
Yeah. And but I've had kids on the U.S. ski team and some motorcycle guys. Doug Henry won the motocross world championship, so it's been really fun.
Now, strength, conditioning,
some of that, but a lot of it is, I would say my personal primary thing is speed enhancement. Okay. Helping guys prepare for the NFL draft, the combine, and so forth. Mm-hmm. I do strength stuff, but I wouldn't consider myself a strength coach, more of a movement guy. I've been very fortunate. You know, I've stumbled onto some pretty good guys. I had Barry Bonds when he won his first couple MVPs with San Francisco. Jerome Bettis, the bus, a lot of people know him. I worked with the Celtics when Larry Bird was with the team, and that was pretty amazing to see the work ethic of some of those guys on that Celtics team back then. So it's been varied. It's been fun. Now
tell me about Max, how you heard about it and what happened.
A former player of mine, a Wall Street guy, owns a hedge fund actually in Wall Street, and he and I have been involved in martial arts. He was a former professional football player, but he's a martial artist like myself, and he stumbled onto it. Ken Schweitzer, as you know, gave him the product, and he had great results. And same type of thing. I was out to dinner with him, and he handed a box to me and said, I think you could benefit from this product. And 5 days later, I felt great. I was sleeping, as we joke about, I was sleeping like a dead guy. I've never enjoyed sleeping. Sleeping to me was what you did when there was nothing else to watch or nothing else to read or whatever. And now I sleep, which is cool. I can see what all the fuss is about. And it's nice to wake up in the morning feeling restored and feeling rested, as opposed to feeling like I better get on with my life because I can't sleep anymore.
Now let's talk about recovery times.
My recovery times are, I think for 53, are pretty amazing.
When you talk about recovery times, are you talking about you do a workout and then how fast you recover from that workout, or are you talking about event to event, or
actually
within the
both?
Event? Or?
Yeah, I would say both, because as far as in-workout recovery times are a lot better, but day-to-day recovery time, that's really where I get affected as an older guy, where I feel great when I'm working out, and then the next day, it's like, wow, and I would like to train every day. Mm-hmm. And I've been able to, with the Max, go from probably an every other day guy to I train every day if I can. Wow. I trained at lunch today when everybody was eating. I went upstairs and worked out. So it's made a significant difference. As long as I stay on the Max and can train harder, then I might be able to push this thing off called old age, right?
Neat.
Because I'm an optimist.
Yeah.
So the combination of the Max
and
being an optimist, I'll live to be 100, right?
There you go.
Great.
So you've already got some athletes on it.
I've got quite a few. I've got a 72-year-old man who could only play 9 holes a day and is now playing 18 holes 5 days a week.
Wow.
And raves, a huge fan of the product. And I have this young man, Tucker Perkins, who's 18. I've got a young athlete who just finished the state championships in football last week, had a 95-yard kick return and a 65-yard punt return in the state championships. And so I've kind of got the full spectrum. I've got a lot of different people taking the product, and universal response has been great. Wow. Everybody loves it. What I hear over and over again, which I think is so humorous, is people say, I don't know if it's the Max, but, and then they go on this conversation about whatever it might be. And it's cool. And I've had a lot of people go off the product. Mm-hmm. And that's really the telling part. You have a guy go on it for a couple weeks or a month or something, and then he's like, yeah. And they start to feel better. And I don't think anybody wants to assume that it's the product.
Right.
And so they subtly go off of it, or they lose their habit of it. And then 2-3 weeks down the road, they're on the phone and they're like, okay, all right. And then they go on auto ship and, they just keep taking the product. It's a product that you don't go off. I have no anticipation. I'm not going to arrive at that place where I'm going to stop taking the product. The young man I was telling you, Tucker Perkins, he was up at the Olympic Training Center in New York, and he was jumping into a pool. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like a simple process, but if you've ever jumped 50 or 60 feet into water, it's pretty challenging. And he was taking 50 jumps a day. So
wow.
He gets fished out of the pool, and then he has ski boots on, and he has to hike up 150 feet, get back on his skis again, go down, jump up into 50, 60 feet up in the air, slam down in the pool, and he did that 50 times a day for 3 days. And he had done that the previous year, and he could never do 2 days in a row. And he went up to New York. He went 3 days consistently in a row.
Wow.
No soreness, fine. I've been fortunate. I've been in the nutrition industry. I owned 2 nutrition companies and created what I think were some pretty cool products. We won some awards and so forth. But they were the best product in a specific category.
Right.
And that was great. And we put a lot of time and energy and research. This is a category. This is a standalone. This is not an improvement on something. This is not a better creatine or a better protein or a better ibuprofen or whatever. It's not. It's a different category. And that's hard to express to people sometimes because they want to have some familiarity. They want to be like, well, what is it like? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's different.
We are enhancing the cellular production of glutathione. No wonder people see what they see.
And it seems over time, the longer you stay on it, you continue to have, you're going to have whatever your first thing is. Mm-hmm. But then other things happen, and they're subtle.
Yeah, they
all
are
of a sudden you go, wow.
Have you seen a change in your ability to focus later in the day and things like that?
Yeah, completely. Much better. I create good lists and I actually get stuff done. Mm-hmm. I've never been afraid of 10 or 12 hours of work, but it's an awful thing to come to the end of a 10 or 12 hour day and not have accomplished anything, just smashed into stuff all day. And now I get stuff done.
Man, it sounds like it's changed your life, your business.
It's pretty cool.
And a lot of your relationships with your clients.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's amazing. Well, what a joy and honor to be with you tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the privilege.